Well, here we are in Keefe's Wood in Cobh. My first time here, and it's just amazing. It's a proper little fairy park, and there's all, you know, fairy plaques, whatever, on most of the trees, and they're all different and they're gorgeous. There's even a horseshoe on one of them up there, look. Some of them are broken on the ground and I want to pick them up and fix them, but maybe we won't. So myself and Ella are off for a little ramble, so come along and see what we find. Come on, Elle. Here we go, quick. Here we go, come on now, look. Oh wow, fairy tree. Niamh. Ella, look. Look at the eyes, look at the eyes. Nah, you're not interested, are you? Niamh Taigan Fiach. Okay. But there's more. Another one. Loads of no names on this one. Sun is trying to come out, lads. Come on, I may put my sun cream on for nothing. We factor 50. Another broken one though. Look. I see Olaf. Olaf, isn't he the guy in Frozen? No, that's a snowman. Long time of the year, but anyway, over to Frosty. Ella, look. Look, or is it Olaf? Depends. Ella, look. Look. Oh, for heaven's sake, look. No interest. He's cute. He needs to be covered in snow. A bit of icing sugar, maybe. Huh? Put some icing sugar on him. Maybe. Look. Look with us. Look. This should be. Who should they be know? Honestly. And here we are at this end of the walk, and if you look just over there, that I can just about see in between the trees, is Belvelly Castle, that I'm used to looking at on the way into Cobh on the left. But here we have it panoramic, I suppose. Lovely. It's gorgeous. There's another one, look. The colour's gorgeous. No, don't go around the tree, look. Look. Hello, anybody home? No, what do you think of that, huh? We come again? Up something up there? Oh, any rabbits? No. I'm going down there. Over there, sir. I'm going down there.
Helen, I was in Cobh a year before I discovered this little jewel of a coffee shop. And it's not only a coffee shop, you're also an expert on Irish crockery. Have I got that right?
I wouldn't say an expert. I started out collecting Carrigaline pottery from myself at home because it's something I grew up with. And I just loved it. And then I started sharing it online, and Next thing, people were interested in buying it, and I started buying and selling a little bit at home. And of course, I collected so much over the years for my own house. I had way too much anyway. So that's how I started, really. And I built up a bit of a following online. I joined an online group on Instagram that sell vintage. And I thought maybe the next step might be to have a little vintage shop. And my partner, who's endlessly supportive, decided maybe you could have a little coffee shop as well.
Now, that was kind of left of field decision.
Yes.
You were envisioning something kind of Victorian-like and lovely stuff.
Well, Irish country
something
cottage.
Beautiful.
Yes.
And Jim decides you'd also have a cafe.
Yes. He thought it was a good idea, and he was right. He was right.
So how long are you here in Harbour Row?
We're just coming up to 2 years now in Harbour Row.
Yeah.
And I suppose my vision was an old country shop with the panelling and the shelves.
Yes.
And just having the jars of sweets as well. And that's the way we started. And then it kind of evolved that we needed more of a cake selection. And now we get
mentioning
lovely.
The cakes. The cakes are lovely. Where do you source the cakes from?
We have 2 suppliers. One is a bakery in Ballincollig run by a couple. It's called Lusso Cork, and they do lovely kind of patisserie. We do a certain selection from them. They're really, really lovely, luxurious cakes. The other one comes from a lovely lady called Jennifer down in Copperpot Bakery in Sneem, County Kerry. And I'm due delivery actually, and she does really rustic, homemade, fantastic. Our carrot cake is amazing. And it's real homemade goods, you know, and that's what we like here is that homemade feel. Because
so you're bringing something a little special to the town.
Hopefully.
And I'm sure when the cruise line visitors make their way up here, this is a little oasis.
It is. We do get very good feedback on TripAdvisor and Google for our reviews. They are kind of taken aback by how kind of traditional it is and cosy. And myself and my partner Jim, when he's here, we just love chatting, so it's you know, it's just the chats.
And you occasionally, now and again, do a little event. I saw Jimmy Crowley here at Christmas.
Yes, and it was absolutely wonderful. I'd love to do more of those. I suppose we've a very small spot here, but definitely it's in the pipeline to do some nice little intimate gigs. Jimmy is fantastic, and Eve, and
a local legend.
A local legend indeed, and he's playing in the background because it's something I like to do, is play his music here as well.
Helen, this is an absolutely beautiful little cafe, and more people in Cobh should wander in here. And if they want something nice for Christmas, we have beautiful crockery on display.
Absolutely, I really do. I suppose when the cruise liners die down and the tourism dies down into November, and it does keep going until November, I do try to put on a really nice display of gifts for Christmas, from a sustainable point of view, but also the kind of tradition, nostalgia, you know, that you're giving something that means something at Christmas. And so for me, with Carrigaline pottery, in particular, that it was made by someone in Cork, you know.
Indeed. I remember Carrigaline pottery as a child growing up. What would be the next most popular collectible then you'd have in the shop?
You know, there's a good selection there, but people collect odd things like teapots, jugs, and particularly vintage ones. Christmas time, I like to provide nice antique dinner services. People go all out for the Christmas dinner. But after Carrigaline, there's Celtic Ceramics in Kilrush, or Kilrush Ceramics, and Carrigaline and Arklow, and they were great employers for years and years, you know, and they all kind of died off with that 80s recession, but it's great to sell them and to promote them again.
Well, congratulations, you've brought a little tradition back. You've something beautiful for people that visit Cobh to come to see. Now the most important part, could you put on 2 nice coffees for myself and Pat? He'll have a cappuccino and I'll have a flat white.
It's the best coffee you'll have. It's outstanding coffee.
I'll let you know now in a minute, but I haven't doubted you yet. Thank you, Helen.
Thank you, Ben. What kind of coffee do you like?
Cappuccino, 1 shot, please.
And I'll have a flat white, please.
No bother.
And who supplies your coffee, Helen? I didn't want to ask.
There's a man called John O'Riordan. He's only just recently retired, so someone else has taken over.
And he's roasting his own?
Roasting his own. He's from Ballyvourney. He's the most amazing man you'll ever meet.
God,
He's a story in himself.
Wow.
He plays the bagpipes on the weekend.
Bit the holy.
Yeah, he's an amazing man.
Cuskinny Nature Reserve is renowned for its dawn chorus. This natural symphony of birdsong is broadcast live by RTE Radio 1 every May to celebrate International Dawn Chorus Day. This little marsh of 20 acres is managed by Birdwatch Ireland and forms part of the Cuskinny House Estate that sits behind us on the Tay Road. Cuskinny Reserve is a precious natural resource that hosts an array of habitats within a relatively small area, from shoreline to lagoon and grassland to woodland, and supports a great variety of wildlife and birds which are found here throughout the year. Surely the standout treasure of the reserve is the exotic kingfisher with its azure blue and orange plumage. This beautiful creature was brought into our mainstream consciousness through the poem of the same name by William H. Davis, with its enchanting opening lines of "It was the rainbow gave thee birth and left thee all her lovely hues." In some cultures, kingfisher feathers are considered a mark of opulence, worn to display one's wealth and status. Its diet is well catered for here on the marsh, with various species of small fish and large aquatic insects that are caught by plunge diving from a perch or while hovering. A sedentary species, kingfishers rarely move from their territories, so can be spotted, if one is eagle-eyed and patient, at almost any time of the year in Cuskinny, only 2 kilometres from Cobh town centre.
We will be talking to Joan in a moment, who was instrumental in setting up this Saturday morning market on the beautiful Cobh Promenade.
And here's a little mini gift pack. Whiskey, marmalade, Jameson, of course, because it's round the corner. Blackberry and gin, raspberry and tomato chutney.
Good morning, Miss Fennelly.
Good morning, Ben. How are you?
We know each other from previous lives.
Exactly.
Joan, I heard you were instrumental, or one of the people that was instrumental, in moving the market from a Friday to a Saturday. Living here, great idea.
Well, we felt we didn't have a choice. The market, we were down to 3 stalls in February and we had to do something. There's a better footfall on a Saturday, so we moved it, and we've ended up having up to 14 stalls on a Saturday and a lot more people coming down to us.
That's fantastic, Joan.
It's taking time, and we know we need to get more food stalls. We're getting there.
Yeah, so how long is it operational now? 3 or 4 months?
Since April.
Since April, okay.
Yeah.
And you also have music on the bandstand.
Every Saturday for the summer, which is provided by Visit Cobh from 12:30 to 2:30. Local musicians will be playing there in the bandstand. And this morning we have Happy Hoots up there giving kids entertainment.
Excellent.
Free
and
of charge to the kids.
You also encourage buskers when the main stand isn't in.
Jerry here from Coltis in Cobh is here.
Wow.
Playing, and normally he has a few of his friends down, and anybody's welcome to come down and busk down here.
Okay. So at its peak,
it's a community market.
Yeah. So is everyone here from Cobh or from all over County Cork or East Cork?
All over. We get an awful lot of Irish tourists here who come down to Cobh for the day or for the weekend, and we've so much to do here in Cobh.
So on Liner Day, do people come and buy the Marlogue honey and the Marlogue jams and take a little bit of Marlogue?
They do. One of my
them?
most popular is the mini gift pack.
Mini gift pack.
Whiskey, marmalade, Jameson, of course, blackberry and gin, raspberry and tomato chutney. Just makes a nice little gift. In fact, the most common one with American tourists is the person looking after their cat or their dog or the house.
Oh, a nice little
or Auntie
gift.
Mary.
So there you are, ladies and gentlemen.
And it's Ryanair proof.
Ryanair proof, Cobh, Saturday morning. You forgot to get that little gift for someone special who's done you a favour. Joan Fennelly's stall is the first one to come
and we have different cookies, and today's offering in muffins is Irish apple cake.
So you make
muffins.
These yourself at home in Marlogue, Joan?
I do.
Wow, fantastic.
The apple seed harvest is brilliant this year, so
I suppose in general.
And we also have the ultimate useless product, a wine cosy.
Don't tell me you're knitting now as well.
These are actually a fundraiser for Cobh Hospital.
Fantastic.
And some local ladies knit them at home. We've tea cozies and wine cozies. They go all over the world.
Super.
Because we have tourists from everywhere here.
So later on in the series we're going to be talking to you about the beautiful Marlogue. But now we're going to take a little wander around the market and we'll come back and buy something.
Excellent.
All right, Joan, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Marcus, that was absolutely splendid. Can I ask you the name of the piece?
Oh yeah, it's named Sons de Carrilhões, which in English we can translate to Sounds of Bells or Sounds of Carrilhões.
And who wrote it?
It's a Brazilian composer, it's João Pernambuco.
And you said Carrillion. We have a beautiful Carrillion here in Cobh. Was that why you picked it, or was that just by accident?
Actually, every time I play this song, I remember the translation, like the Carrillions.
Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful. Now, looking around, I notice a banjo.
A banjo.
Now, I don't know many Portuguese men or Brazilian men playing banjos.
No.
So tell me, what's that instrument doing
this
here?
Is a tenor banjo. So
tenor banjo.
Yeah. I started a few years ago in Coltas playing guitar.
Yeah.
And then I'm also playing banjo now. I'm learning.
Well, that's
Coltas Cobh.
That's a terrible sin against musical humanity. Banjo. I jest completely. So you say you've joined Coltas.
Yeah.
So this was one of the ways you settled in here?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we do a lot of gigs around and in the promenade and some pubs. And along the week, sometimes I can't because I'm working, but some Wednesdays I go to some pubs to practice with the people. Are you part
of those lunatics who go around on St. Stephen's Day with straw hats? Tell us a bit about that.
I love that. Unfortunately, on one hand, this year I not be able to do this because I'm going to Brazil. But
wow.
But I remember.
Home to visit your mom?
My mom, yeah.
Wow, wow. So what? It's. I remember this when I lived in Clare. They were called Wren Boys. What do you call them here in Cobh when you dress up like that? What's?
It's the same. I think is the Wren Boys.
And what do you call them? Is there a name here for them? Your own name?
I don't think so. It's just the same name of the tradition. They want to keep the tradition alive. Of course, it's slightly different from the original tradition because originally was with teenagers doing this in small villages.
Very good. So you're really getting into Irish life, Irish culture, Cobh culture.
Yeah. And I really enjoy Cobh. I love these people here from Cobh and the environment, the music scene, everything.
So you've actually bought a house here? You've settled here?
Yeah, I was living in Cork first and working in Cork as well. But then during pandemic, I decided to buy this house, so I had this opportunity. And I didn't know Cobh very well, but so I just moved. But now I'm so happy here that I don't want to move anymore.
Well, you have become one of the characters of Cobh, and you're one of the most loved and best known men in the town. Marcus, it's been an absolute pleasure. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
Well, I'm one of the lucky people who live in the best part of the island as far as I'm concerned, right beside Marlogue Woods. We're here in Marlogue Woods on the southeastern part of Great Island Cobh, and this woods is a beautiful little woods. The old Ordnance Survey maps called it Walterstown Woods, and it was part of the Smith-Barry connection. So we've arrived down through the woods now down to the beach, which is a glorious aspect to Marlogue Woods. Not only do you get a walk in the woods, but you can come down to the beach. The beach will go all the way up to Cuskinny, and around the point here, the southeastern point, will bring you around to East Ferry Marina and the Mass Rock, which was used in penal times. I mean, it is glorious. When I come for a walk down here, I walk down through the woods, out onto the beach, round the point and back up through the woods again to go home. It is glorious.